We got the video.
What is it? No. He's still swimming.
It's the herring. Like there's more. What's it called? Yeah.
No, they need to hear that.
I wasn't muted. All right. Good morning, everybody. Today is Daf9. We left off the bottom line.
No, this is
of Samach Dal and Beis. You got herring. It's moving. No crackers.
This is our kids meets Hyman.
I say a couple lines up. We stop a couple lines up. So we discussed yesterday. We had that complicated calculation. We were talking about he provides her 2 kav a week for food in terms of depending how much per meal is how many meals are in a kav. So we had that whole machlokas yesterday. Fine. So now we said, by the way, there's 2 kav, and if it's a barley, then you give double the amount. And then they said, no, only in the place of, I think it was Edom was by Rabbi Shmuel. Rabbi Shmuel says, right? Fine. So the Gemara says, so only in Edom, 4 lands from the bottom, they eat barley, but not the rest of the world. So they don't double the amount of barley like wheat. No, because the barley was not good barley in the area where Rabbi Shmuel was, and therefore, basically, the amount of barley that would eat to be equal to the wheat to provide sustenance and bread would be double the amount. Fine. And then they went ahead and give her a half a kav of legumes of biliayin like tani. I didn't say she doesn't get wine. What's going on here? So Rabbi Elazar, one cannot go ahead and be paisik. Go ahead and give wine for the wife. Why she doesn't get wine? The pasuk says the famous pasuk in is it Hashea? I think so. Yeah, the famous pasuk in Hashea, right? Says over there. So it says Alcha Acharei Me'avai. I'm gonna look at the pasuk on the side, the very small print with the kudos. Elachai Acharei. It's even it's even too small for me. So Elachai Acharei Me'avai nicely lachmi. Umeimei Samari Upishti Shemani V'Shekuy. So it says over there, shikuya. So it says over there all those different items that she will go ahead and take, and she will drink at the end. And she says, drink again, right? It says her water. So what's she drinking? She's drinking wine. So the answer is no. So what is that referring to? That's no something that the woman wants and desires. So that's takshitin. That's not referring to wine. Rather, it's referring to takshitin, different ornaments. So Darsh Yehuda Ish Kfar Niviria. Then some say Ish Kfar Nafur Chel. So it says Minayin Shein Paiskin Yados Leisha. How do we know that you don't go ahead and you give a stipend for wine to a wife? Shnama Pasuk says V'Takum Chana Acharei Achla the Shilo B'Acharei Shaso. So it says in the Chana after she ate, right, and after he drank. So shaso below shasas. It says after he drank and not that Chana drank. So you see over there that women don't drink, right? So elamiyata achlav. It says she ate, so achlav lo achal. Achinami. You want to say the same thing? So God says no. By the fact that the pasuk changed, the dibure changed the lashon. Kamrinan michli begavakasi. We're talking about her. We're talking about Chana, Ba'asi. Right, and she was going. So my time is shani. So why did it all of a sudden go out of the way and say that he drank? We're talking about her. Who cares what he did? It says that he drank. So there comes the teacher. That he drank and not her drink. Therefore, it was not the derech of her the woman to drink. So meisvei ragila naisin la. If she was ragil, she was accustomed to have wine, then we give her. So ragila shani. No, if she's accustomed to it. Chinana bar kahana marshmol ragila naisin la kaisechad. If she's accustomed to wine, we give her 1 cup, right? I guess a week. Shena Rakila, nice and lashne kaisis. But if she's not accustomed, we give her 2. So Gemara says, "My kamar, what do you mean to say? It doesn't make any sense." Rabbi Hachi kamar doesn't mean to say. Ragila, if she's accustomed to drinking wine b'fnei bala in front of her husband, shne kaisis, drinking 2 cups in front of her husband. Therefore, when he's no longer there and he hires a third party to go ahead and provide for her, so if she normally drinks 2 cups of wine with her husband. So therefore, he provides her 1 without him. She doesn't drink it all with her husband. But only 1 cup. We don't give her anything at all. Viboy same, or I can give you another teretz. Ragila, she's a custom nice in law. Let's CK Kadera in order to go ahead and use it for cooking. Give her cooking wine. The Amar Rabbi Yavo, Amar Rabbi Yechon, Ma'is because Hashem Nakdiman Ben Gurion. There's a Ma'isa with the daughter-in-law of Nakdiman Ben Gurion, right? Who was known to be a very wealthy man. Shapaskel in a very large amount of wine. The Sukkah Kadera, Erev Shabbos, right? To go ahead and spice her foods from per week. This exorbitant amount of wine used for cooking. Summerland, she said to them, right? You should go ahead and basically, provide for all of, all the women like this, right? Satana, Shomeres Yavam Haisa, Amen, right? It said she was a Shomeres Yavam. In other words, this girl was the daughter-in-law. She was waiting for Yibum. In other words, her husband died. So therefore, it wasn't a woman, a Jewish girl should not be in that position to be a Shomeres Yavam, right? Her husband dying and therefore waiting for Yibum. And therefore, the Chachamim didn't answer Amen that this should be. Satana, Taisechad Yafel Isha. 1 cup of wine is good for a woman. Shnayim nivelhu, right? The 2 cups all of a sudden becomes sort of a manuva, a disgrace. Shalisha, right? If she has 3, she becomes intoxicated to basapeh. Then she, she desires her husband. Even they making statements, right, out loud. And Arba, she has 4 cups of wine. Afilu chamer tabas b'shuk. Right, right. She'll even go ahead and desire a donkey in the street. She won't care. That's how intoxicated she is. So it sounds like 1 is the good. After 1, it's becomes disgraceful and worse. So but this only said when her husband's not with her. But if her husband's with her, less lamba. Then it's not an issue. The Bali Ima havi her husband with her. So why did she drink? If her husband was with her and you said a woman can drink as much as she wants with her husband, what was the big deal? So her answer is Achsanai Shani. No, she was a guest. She was a guest somewhere else, and therefore a guest should not go ahead and have wine because it will come to a relationship. How do we know that guest is also Patashmi Shemitah? Shinamar, the pasuk says, "Vayashkiva b'boyke vayishtachavu lifnei Hashem vayishuvu vayavo el beitam haramasav v'yodo k'naschana ishtoi v'yiskara Hashem." So it says there, and they got up early in the morning, they left and they went home, and then when they got home, then they had only then did they have relations with her. Sahashti and they karalo. This is only now when they were home, but not when they were achsanai, not when they were guests. Chayma, the Beiseu de Abaye, Choma, who was the wife of Abaye, also the Kamei de Rava. I guess Abaye passed away. So Amra was at the point. So she came before him, yeah. Right, she was the wife, right. And so she came before Rava. She said, "Amar la pasukli mezainis. Give me mezainis." Pasukla, so he gave her, and then he said, "Pasukli chamra. Now give me wine." Samarlei yadan abay benachmani. Right, yeah. Abaye was the Rabbi Shasi chamra. I know that my good friend Nachmani, which is another name for Abaye, he did drink wine. So I'm not going to give you wine. Samrullah, she says, my goodness, she said, Bagdam Chaye, Damar Havi Mashkile, Bishavizi Ki Hai. She says, no, are you kidding me? When you would drink this much. She showed her arms. So Ki Hai Bahadi to come Achbile, when she was showing him, Igla Daraya Nafa Lura Bebeidina, right? I guess her arms are showing, below her elbows, but her skin was showing, and she was like a beautiful woman, but basically Beis Din was like, she was like shining in Beis Din. Come Rava says, okay, I had enough. He went to his house, and Tavlabas Rab Chisa. He came before his wife and says he desired his wife to have relations. I guess after sort of seeing the this radiance from the widow from Chayma, who is the widow of Abaye. So Amrla. So she said, Rava's wife was not a dumb woman. She says, yeah. So she said, what's going on in Beis Din today, right? So Tavlabas Chisa. So Amrla. So Amrlei Bas Rav Chisda Manhavi, right? Haina Bebeidina, right? So what was going on? So she said, he's right. So he said that Bas Rav Chisda was in the. She said what was going on in court today. She said the daughter. So she said that. So Amrla Chayma Devisiu Davayi Kafki about all right. So that the Chayma, who was the wife of Abaye, she was based in today. She says, "Oh yeah." So Nafka Basra, right? So she went the founder, right? She took off her, ready to fight her, or literally. And what did she do? So Nafka Basra, Machtala, the Kufe, the Shida. She hit her with a strap. She says, Adi Afkele Mekule Mechuza. Right, so she says, right, she said to her, and she said till she left Mechuza, right? She hit her and kept beating her until she left town. Samarla, she said to her, Kadalech Talasa, the Asas Lamikta Afrina, right? You've already killed 3, I guess. She'd had other husbands ready Chazaka, right? That she could no longer marry, and now you want to kill another one. You want to take my husband from me. Get out of town. So I guess Chayma was chased out of town by the daughter of Chizda, who was married to Rava. Right, interesting mice. Fine. The Visiu, the base of the
Who is the boss of Rava?
that was the wife of Rava. Rava was married to the daughter of Rav Chizda, and Chama was married to Abaye. And when Abaye died, so Chama was then his widow seeking payments from Beis Din. And then, right, and I guess his wife didn't like it. Fine. They say the Rav Yosef Berei, the Rava, the wife of Rav Yosef, who was the son of Rav Asla, the Rav Yechemia Berei, the Rav Yosef. So she came for the seeking payments for Rav Nechemia Berei, the son of Rav Yosef. So Amalei, Pasuk Limizayne, give me Mizayne. So Pasuk Las, he gave her. Pasuk Lichama, now give me a stipend for wine. So Pasuk Las, he gave her. So Amalei, and why did he say that? Yadina Bahu, the Ben Mechuza, the Shas Tucham. I know the people of Mechuza, they drink wine. It's very common. So therefore, here's your stipend for wine. They say the Rav Yosef, Rav Menashe, Midville. So the wife of Rav Yosef, the son of Rav Menashe from Midville, also the comment of Rav Yosef came for Israel. They possibly Mizayne, give me a stipend for Mizaynas, for sustenance. So Pasuk he gave her. Pasukli Chamra, I asked a new wine. Pasuk he gave her. Pasukli Shira. Now I need a stipend for silks, for clothing. Samarlei, Shray Lamo. Why should I give you silks? Why extra? Samarlei. Right? Because people like you and your wives and everybody else wears it, I should be no different than anybody else. And just because I don't have a husband, I shouldn't be any less. Fine, 2 dots. He gives her, I guess, a mattress, right, or a bed, and the mattress and the one to put on top, right, a soft one and a hard one. So Mafetz Machsas Lamala. So why she get that? The Yaivla. Samarak Papa Beasa Dinile the Malu Puria Bechavlid the Megavirla. We're talking about a place where I guess they had ropes, right? They had ropes on there for their sleeping, and they would put the mattress on top. And if you didn't go ahead and were not properly mattressed, you didn't have a lower, harder mat and a softer mat on top, then they would go ahead and they would age. So therefore, in order to sleep properly in those towns, they would have like a hard mat on the bottom and a softer one on top. Yeah. So law we don't give her a pillow, right, and a mattress, a cushion, right, a pillow and a cushion, right.
Leather cushion.
So mishum ram nasan nice. Now we do give her. So what's the case? If it's the way she normally sleeps. My time to the Tanakama. Why does Tanakama say we don't provide her? This is how she sleeps. He should have provided her that. If it's not her way, so my time to Rebbe Nassan, what's the reason Rebbe Nassan who says that he should provide it? So leitzricha kigayin the orche didei v'lav orche dida. All right, so now this line is a little bit different understanding as we'll soon see from the Teres of the Gemara. This actually means that he used to sleep, not types of families, but he would sleep with mattresses and pillows, and she did not sleep like that. She slept on something harder, not mattresses and pillows. So what? Sleep number, yeah, sleep number, right? Yeah. So Tanakam Saver Amar Lo Kiyasin in the Shakin Aluhu Kiyasin Masin Aluhu. I don't need to provide you. Why? Because it's for me to sleep. You don't sleep like that. Excuse me. And therefore, when I travel, I take it with me, and when I come back, I'll bring it back, and I'll be able to go ahead and rest. But I'm not Saver. Amr shall say lei zinim the mitzrami behashmashas. Perhaps it's to come back right for it. Then the Shabbos, right? And he won't be able to go ahead and bring back his pillow and his mattress. And therefore, he's going to go ahead and take my lesser of a bed where I sleep, and he'll sleep there, and I'll sleep on the floor. So in order to prevent that, she says, you know what? Provide me with a pillow and a mattress, because that's the way you sleep. Because if times you come right for Shabbos, you can't bring yours in, at least you'll sleep there and I won't have to sleep on the floor. Fine. But he goes ahead and he gives her a head covering, right? Then he said he provides her a garment for the year, and he buys her 3 pairs of shoes. Right? So is this our Tana of Mishnah? So basically, he wants to say that she doesn't wear any clothes, but just for shoes. And you provide more shoes than clothes, right? Why? What's with the shoes, right? Like everybody else does, why, right? What's with the shoes? Why does she need so many shoes? Right, they're in a place of a lot of mountains, a lot of walking, and it's very hard on shoes. And therefore, it would not be sufficient to have less than 3 pairs of shoes. Right? You should go ahead and she needs 3 pairs of shoes, and basically it's telling you, it's a good time to give her shoes. Give her shoes by Yontif time, and therefore they'll enhance her simcha by Yontif. The kelim shel chamishim zuz, and also clothes worth 50 zuz. Rabbi chamishim zuz pshite. Right? We saw, I think it was 2 days, actually yesterday, we saw yesterday there was a difference between the coins of the Tyrian coins and the coins from the Medina, right? And so the ones, the ones from the Medina were regular, and the ones from the Tyrian, those were 8 times the amount because those were solid silver, and the other ones were like watered down. They were like 1/8, right? So we must be talking about the cheaper amount. Our Mishnah, all these cases, what he has to provide for, if there's somebody else who's providing what he has to provide, that's talking about Ani B'Yisrael, but they have some sort of wealth. Everything is according to their stature. And if you think he has to provide for every year, how does he have such an amount? Right, it's 8 times the amount. Rather, it's only the 50, the regular, the diluted, the smaller, the cheaper 56. We don't give her new clothes during the summer because they're too warm, and the old ones are in the winter. So the leftover mezainis go to the husband, and the leftover clothing, right? Those go to the woman. Why does she get it? Right? Because during her days of nidasa, then she wears her worn out clothing, her old clothing, her worn out clothing. In other words, that he shouldn't associate, right, her fresh clothes with her being a nida. Therefore, when she's a nida, she wears the old rags. It's not tizgan al bala, so she shouldn't be discussing her husband. So Abaye says, therefore we learn ma'isa blois almana liyarsha. Right. Therefore, the leftover shots when she dies, right? Remember, the only need for these clothing were when she was a nida, not to be disgusting to her husband, right, or gross to her husband. So there she wore the other clothes. But now, when he just died, so therefore, liyorsham, they go to he inherits it, or his children. So normally, the reason why she gets it is she shouldn't be gross to her husband. But over here, once he dies, this gonna right? Let her be disgusting. Who cares? And therefore, his children will get that. And nice and malkesef, he gives also malkesef for spending money. Samai chelas, and then he says, right? We said in the Mishnah that he's a chelas with her, right? The Erev Shabbos, I think, right? Friday night, that they eat, quote unquote, eat together. Maya chelas. What does that mean? But nachanamar chelas namish. It means literally they eat together. Right? He provides her, she takes from his meal. And Rav Ashi Omar tashmish. It means tashmish relations. So Tanano Chelasim, Leili Shabbos. They learned over there that they eat together Leili Shabbos. Tishal Madamar Achilo, Hanatani Achila says Chelas. El Madamar Tashmish. So Maya, but according to the opinion, it says Tashish Maya Chelas. And Moran says no, Lishna Malia, it's a cleaner lashon. Kedachsim Achlo Machtapia Bramalei Balti right over there is referring to relations over there. And she says over there, right? She ate, right? Was referring to Bia, right? She ate, and now she had relations, or Machtabia. So we see there the pasuk uses the word Achla as a reference to Tashmish. So a woman is Eichel, that's the same term on the Friday night and Shabbos day. So according to Shabbos, it says we're talking about eating. Okay, this says also Shabbos day. But according to it says Tashish b'Shabbos Miika. Right, it's one thing Leili Shabbos, but what about Shabbos itself? Miika. You saw Kadeshinin. You saw are holy. They in the Shabbos and therefore they should have relations during the day. So Rabba he said no. Rabba said that if it was a completely darkened house, then it would be mutter. We said if she was nursing, then she has to, she doesn't have to work 40 hours a week. She can be part-time employee, right? And he also has to provide her extra mezainas. So Darash Rabula, Rabba Pischa the Benisia. So over there, so he darshan Ula Rabba Pesach the Benisia. Avo Pisham Rein Adam Zon as Bara B'Reisak Shem Katani. Even though a person really, when his children are younger, he's not obligated to go ahead and provide for them. About Zon Katani, but that what you said, they're minors only when they're minors, but not when they're very young. Right? And Ad Kama, until what age is considered to be very young, that he has to provide, Ad Ben Sheish, until the age of 6. So the age, he has to give extra mazonos. So perhaps that's what it means. When she's nursing, he has to provide extra mazonos. All right? Kederavasi, Damaravasi. So from the extra money, he has to provide. So it's up until 6. Once he's 6, get a job. Right? King on the street. Damaravasi, Cotton, Ben Sheish, Yaitziv Erev Ima, right? Well, a child until the age of 6, he uses his mother's tchum, right? On Shabbos, because even though his mother's father, he's always part of his mother. He's always tailing his mother. He's always being, provided for, fed by his mother. So therefore, extra food needs to go to the mother until the age of 6. Because if she was nursing therefore she reduces her ma'aseh. She doesn't have to work full time. But and we add to her mezainas my time. It's not because we also have to go ahead and she's nursing and she also eating salads, and the husband has to pay for the salad food also. Gemara says no. Maybe she needs more for a dill mishum. Perhaps she's sick, right? She needs, in order to healthy to be able to nurse, she needs to eat more. If that's the case, she's sick. Maybe the so why say nursing? Must be the young. Maybe it's come to teach you that any woman who's nursing is like a chala, and therefore needs to provide more. And also, by the way, it's good for nursing. Give a little wine, because wine is good for chala. So it's good thing there's not here. Now, let's get to the bottom. We'll get to the bottom. We'll just start this quick mission, but I think it really gets into tomorrow's or into the Sunday. But Isha, something which a woman finds, or her wages go to her husband, the Yushasa, who Eichel, and suddenly she inherits. So he eats pears b'chaya while she's alive. If she gets injured, right, and the embarrassment for the injury, and the pagam, and her devaluing as a person, right? In other words, basically she's not worth as much because of the injury. Shelah, the payment goes to her. He says, no, this manches the seiser. If it's a private injury, in other words, nobody really can see it, then shnei chalakim lo, then la shnei chalakim. Then the embarrassment is really only to her, not to her husband. Therefore, she gets 2 portions. We'll soon see which payments. And he gets the other. Now, normally there's 5 payments. Right there, that one, the damages. So 2 of them are always to the husband paying for the medicine. He has to provide. That is always going for him, and also her lost wages go to him because he owns her wages. But the other ones, the depreciation, the embarrassment, and the pain. Right. So those all. So that gets divvied up. Wizman should be going, but when it's open, shnei chalakim, then. He gets the 2. He gets the devaluing. He also gets for the embarrassment because it's people can see the wound on her face. V'la, and she gets 1 just for the pain. Shalom, for him, he give him right away. But shalom, but hers, purchase land. Paris, and the husband eats the Paris. Fine, that was the mission. So first of all, the mission wants to know my kamashmalan. Tanina, we heard this one. A father is zeichen his daughter when she's a man b'kedusha with her kedushin b'kasav b'sharabiyah, whether it's through money, a document, or relations. Zakai Messiasa, he has the ability to go ahead and give over, right, her for biyah, right? Zakmitz said the father also gets his daughter's findings, and her wages for us, and he can go ahead and nullify her vows. Makabel's gita, he can accept her get. Ve'ena oichel peres b'cheya, right, and does not eat the fruits while she's alive. Nises, but she gets married. Yes, sir. Allah. Habal, the father even has more power. Shu oichel peres b'cheya. All right. So over there, that he eats the fruits even while she's alive. So we see that the husband has more power than the father, but nevertheless, it says over there that the father, all right, the husband over there gets her Maaseh Deha and her Mitzias. So why is our Mishnah coming to teach us again? So our answer is no. No, we need to come to teach the machlekes of the embarrassment and the depreciation from the injury, that we need to go and teach the machlekes of Meseira and the Rabbanan. So therefore, it brought in that case. All right, we'll stop here.
Wow.
Sunday, Mitzvah Hashem, 6:40. We'll